press the button.
Is it on?
It's on.
Okay.
Yes. All right. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you guys are enjoying the vlogs that I have been putting out there for you too. It's been a minute, but today I'm coming at you with a brand new video. A little bit different this time. We are going to discuss my everyday drugstore makeup look. So come on, grab your cup of coffee and let's get started. Alright guys, ready to get into it? Alright, so today we are going to do my everyday drugstore makeup look. I usually do my makeup in the car, so I try to keep it as minimal as possible. So I already have my eyebrows done, I have my lashes on, so the rest is just going to be like my base. So I did used to use high-end makeup before until I transitioned over to drugstore because I started finding out that the drugstore has a lot of gems. So hopefully I will be able to educate you on what I use and how I can keep my makeup lasting for a very long time, even after praise and worship. And all of you guys that do praise and worship know we sweat, we jump, we hallelujah, and sometimes it washes off. But this time I found some key things that help my makeup stay in place. So I have oily combo skin, usually more oily in my T-zone. So to get started, I like to prep my face and I like to use my e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer. So this one is a new one. It's actually they came out with three other ones. You have the illuminating one, the regular one, and this one, which is the matte one. I like to use a brush, a stippling brush, because this is definitely going to fill in the pores. So I like to put this all in my face. I like to focus this on my T-zone, and I do have some texture, and on their website they did say if you want to fill in the texture so it can become a barrier, put this over it. So I'm just going to follow the instructions. Put some on my forehead as well, because this gets oily, especially in between my brows. I like to kind of use two primers. So with the e.l.f. Putty Primer, I actually use Catrice the Goodbye Pores Primer. Juicy Jazz here on YouTube recommended this, and I picked it up, and those two together have literally done wonders. It definitely fills in your pores, and I think this is the biggest thing that helps keep my makeup stay in place. So we're just gonna put this in the T-zone again. You don't have to use a lot. I sometimes go a little heavy-handed, but you definitely don't need a lot. And don't mind my nails. We're in quarantine. Can't get them done. So alright, next what I like to do is I used to use a brush, like a flat kabuki brush, but I found out that with a sponge you get a lot more blendability and everything looks a little more natural and flawless. Because even though I do have oily skin, I don't like my makeup to look completely matte. I still like to have a little shine to it as well. So I use my Real Techniques sponge. My all-time favorite is the e.l.f. complexion sponge. It's the pink one. That one is amazing. It gets even bigger than this one. But today we're going to use the Real Techniques one. And I'm currently loving two foundations. So the first one that I love is the L'Oreal Fresh Wear 24-Hour Foundation. This one is awesome. It's very dewy and it stays in place. But I found a really nice one too, which is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. I've been using this one for the last month and it is awesome. It smells a little bit like paint primer. So if you have a sensitivity to smell, don't use it. But if it doesn't bother you, it doesn't linger. But when you first put it on, you definitely can tell that there is a little bit of a smell. So for today, we're going to go ahead and we're going to use what I've been using for the last month, which is the Wet n Wild one. And these are all affordable. The The Wet n Wild one, I believe it was, I think no more than $6, maybe even cheaper than that. So there you go. And it comes in a little spatula instead of a pump. So I'm just gonna put some everywhere. I like full coverage, so if you see me using a lot, that's why, but you definitely don't need to use a lot with this foundation at all. So, and I haven't done my BoxyCharm videos yet for the month of March, so they're sitting right there. So if you want me to do them, I haven't opened them yet, so if you want me to do a video on them, go ahead and leave me a comment, give me a like, let me know, so that way I can get these videos out to you, since we'll have a little more time now. So you see how fast everything blended out, and it just looks like skin. Just definitely looks like skin. So you can add some more if you want to, but it's definitely not necessary. And I like to bring it down a little bit, because you definitely want your face and your neck to match. You don't want that harsh line. So there you go. Now for concealer. First concealer, I also like the e.l.f. Hydro Concealer. This one is a new one. They came out with the original one, which has a black cap to it. And then I picked this one from Ulta, and I like this one better. I have fine lines under my eyes, so I found out that this doesn't like cake up on me as much as the other one. I mean, I have fine lines, so it is gonna go in there, but not as much as the regular one. So the Hydro Concealer is my favorite one. And I mainly focus this on right here. And then I dab right here. And then I dab. You don't have to use a lot of it. And I'll kind of use this to highlight as well. Oh, I didn't tell you what the shade was. So for the concealer, I'm in the shade medium beige. And then for the foundation, I am in cream beige, just in case if you wanted a color match. And then I use my sponge, the tip of it, and then I go in and I start to blend. Now I use this as a brightener too, so concealer and a brightener, so you see how it's starting to brighten underneath my eyes, and you can hardly tell that I have dark circles there. That's the goal, that's the plan. You know, us moms, we gotta conceal those dark circles, make it look like we had a full 8 hours, when we definitely know that we only get 4, 5 if we're lucky. But the power of makeup. There you go. So I like blending out my concealer with my sponge because it definitely grabs all the excess on there. So if I do go heavy-handed, which I did with this concealer, this will pick it up. So I like that. Then if you really want to get in, like in your the corners of your eyes, you can use a dome brush like this. This is from an Amazon kit that I purchased, and I can leave the link for the kit in my description box. I didn't think that these brushes were going to be any good because they were from Amazon, and the entire kit, I think they were like 24 brushes for $20. They are amazing, and you'll see a lot of them. I used a few of them today, so I'll let you know, and I'll link it down in my description box. You don't have to buy expensive brushes in order for you to get, you know, a flawless look. You know, just whatever you find, just use it. As long as you know the technique and you work with it, it's a work in progress. So this one, Amazon, awesome. And then this small dome brush, you basically can kind of like get right in there. Right there. There you go. All right, next, setting powder. So I've been loving the Haley's Beauty setting powder, and this is definitely a filter in a bottle. I found this at Target, and you can also, they have a website that you can order from. They're fairly newer beauty brand, but they have foundations, concealers, they have sponges, but my ultimate favorite is this translucent powder. It comes in one color, and it's literally, like I said, it is a filter in a bottle. So I'll take my damp beauty sponge and I'll kind of pack it on there like that. And then what I do is I start from the outside in, so that way it doesn't crease up too much. So I look up and then I go from the outside in. And this doesn't have any flashback at all, so it's awesome for pictures. Do you see that? Do you see how this one you can tell a little bit, and then on this one it's just really smooth? I'm telling you, filter in a bottle. And then the other eye, look up. And basically what you would do is that wherever you put concealer on, you want to go ahead and set it. Because us oily girls, we need to make sure that all of this is set so that we don't crease and the oil is contained. Now whatever's excess, bring it up, because we're going to be using bronzer and also blush. So you want everything to be smooth. There you go. Look at that, it looks airbrushed. So then what you want to do is you want to take a bigger brush, just a fluffy brush just like this. This one is a motor brush. I got this in a BoxyCharm. And with the fluffy brush, what you want to do is that you want to pat the rest of that powder in. Nothing, don't put any extra powder on there, just pat it in. That way you're dusting off any excess. You're also patting it into the skin. There you go. Big trick that I do. You might have seen this in prior videos that I have done with Maya, but setting spray. Spray yourself twice. So now after you put setting powder on, and then after, once your makeup is all done, this is gonna help you lock everything in place. So right now I'm using the Milani Make It Last. This is also from the drugstore. I got this from Target. They have it at Ulta as well. And it's amazing. It's 16-hour wear, and honestly, this is the only one that I've used. This and the Urban Decay one, but I like this one better. So you just spray it. Could you imagine me spraying this in the car while Marcus is driving? It's just hilarious. Then you take your sponge and you press it into the skin, so you can lock everything in. Perfect. Now while that's drying and you wait for everything to set, we can move on to the eyes. So this is a very easy everyday look. So basically, sometimes I use some bronzer and put it in my crease, or I'll use a regular kind of brown shadow and I'll put that in my crease. So what I've been loving lately is ColourPop. ColourPop is amazing. They're affordable. You can't find it in the drugstore. They are in some Ultas. Not everything though. They have certain collections at Ulta. But today I am going to use the California Love. And I love my warm tones. Look at this. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. This is my favorite one. When I want a deeper brown, this is my favorite. So what we're going to do is that we're going to go ahead and we're going to take just a fluffy brush. This one is from Sigma, I believe. Yes, this one's from Sigma. So it's just a regular fluffy brush, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to use this lighter shade right up here. Ooh, where is it? Right there. And we're going to use that, and we're going to put it in the crease. We're just going to dust it in there. Now I have hooded eyes, so I'm going to bring it up a little bit past that crease to make my eyes look a little more open. There you go. Just makes you look a little more put together. Then what you want to do is the same colors that you used in your crease, you want to put them underneath your lower lash line. So here's another brush that I got from I think this one was from an Ipsy bag. So I don't know what the name of this is. It's just really rose gold and shiny. So I'll use the same ones, kind of mix them both. Mix, okay? And I'll go and I'll put it underneath my lash line. So that'll actually bring the look a little more together. You see the difference? This one has a little more definition than this one. So now I'm going to finish the other one. There you go. See? Alright, done with eyeshadow. Mascaras next. L'Oreal is where it's at. I use two of them. So of course I have the Lash Paradise for my top lashes, and then I have the Voluminous Carbon Black for my lower lash. Today, since I have lashes on, I'm just going to use the top lash. I'm going to use the mascara to marry both of the lashes together so that way they look seamless. And then I'm going to use Carbon Black for my lower lashes. Don't skip out on the lower lash mascara. It ties everything together. It gives you a little bit more dimension. Especially if you feel that you have baby lashes, this works. There you go. And now a coffee break. Okay, next is bronzer. Ultimate favorite bronzer is my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Oh my god, this smells like a vacation. And this is the, I want to say deep, right? Yeah, deep bronzer. So I'll take this and I'll use a fluffy brush just like this. And this is another brush from the Amazon kit that I bought. So we want to just put some right there. Just want to bronze up the skin. For blush. So I've never tried BH Cosmetics before, but again, Juicy Jazz used this in one of her videos during her Vlogmas, and I couldn't resist. This one, Glowing in Grease. Oh my god. These colors are absolutely amazing, and I think you've seen me use some of these before. I don't want to catch the glare, but yes, these blushes are absolutely amazing. They're very pigmented, so you don't have to use a lot of it. So I use a stippling brush like this, a dual fiber brush, and it also came from the Amazon kit that I'm going to link below. I usually like to just grab them all together and just go for it. A dual fiber brush definitely helps distribute the product so you're not using too much of it, which is the best way to go, because you don't want to look, you want to look, you know, blushy, but not like a clown, which would be horrible in my case since I'm scared of clowns. Perfect. There you go. Then we're also going to use the same palette and we're going to use the highlighter. So this highlighter brush I also got from Amazon. It was, I want to say it was $15, and it is a dupe for the ABH brush, is where it's at. And I'll link this one down below as well. So I'm going to use the same palette, and then I'm going to use this one right here. And what I like to do with my highlighter is, I don't like a lot of highlighter, but I do like to look like I'm glowing. So I'll kind of smile and I will dust some on my cheeks and then up on my cheekbones. Dust some on my cheek and on my cheekbone. Then I will also put some on my nose, down this bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, a little bit of my chin. Last is the lips. Now I can always go for either a nude lip or kind of a pinky nude lip, a brownish nude lip. So today I'm going to use the ColourPop, I want to say this is the BFF lip liner. And now I am going to use my liquid lipstick from Physicians Formula. And then we spray. And that's it. That's it. This is my everyday drugstore makeup look. It's very simple, very basic, nothing too complex, and it stays on literally all day. I locked it in so I shouldn't see any oiliness, and if I do, I could just take some powder and go ahead and just dust it off. But that's basically all it is. If you guys really like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, you are always beautiful. Don't let anybody tell you anything else. Have a great one, you guys.